ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये।
ततो जयमुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी।
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी।
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
देवकीनन्दनाय च
देवकीनन्दनाय च
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
नमः पङ्कजनाभाय
नमः पङ्कजनाभाय
नमः पङ्कजमालिने
नमः पङ्कजमालिने
नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय
नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय
नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये।
नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये।
वासुदेव परावेद
वासुदेव परावेद
वासुदेव परामखा
वासुदेव परामखा
वासुदेव परायोग
वासुदेव परायोग
वासुदेव परक्रिया
वासुदेव परक्रिया
वासुदेव परं ज्ञानं
वासुदेव परं ज्ञानं
वासुदेव परं तपः
वासुदेव परं तपः
वासुदेव परो धर्मो
वासुदेव परो धर्मो
वासुदेव परा गतिः
वासुदेव परागतिः।
आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेशतनया
आराध्यो भगवान् व्रजेशतनया
तद्धाम वृन्दावनम्
तद्धाम वृन्दावनम्
रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू
रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधू
वर्गेण या कल्पिता
वर्गेण या कल्पिता
श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलम्
श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलम्
प्रेम पुमर्थो महा
प्रेम पुमर्थो महा
श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदम्
श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदम्
तत्रादरो नापरा
तत्रादरो नापरा।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, we are, by the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and Shri Nitai Shachirandan, Shri Radha Praja Chandra, we are continuing our study of Gadadhara Srimad Bhagavatam. And we are reading from the 6th Canto, Chapter 1, the life history of Ajamila. And we actually read till verse number 20. So I will give a quick recap of where we are and what is going on. In the 5th canto, towards the end, as part of Sthanam, description of the planetary systems, Shri Shukadeva Goswami described the hellish planets, the different type of sinners who go there, and the different types of punishments they are meted out in different hellish planets. Hearing that, Shri Parikshit Maharaj, being a great Vaishnava, his heart melted in compassion, and he asked his Gurudev, Shri Shukadeva Goswami, Gurudev, tell me how people can avoid going to hell. Shri Shukadeva Goswami said, before they die, they should perform atonement, prayaschitta, for all their pap karma, all their sins. Parikshit Maharaj said that is not possible because we don't know how many sins we have committed. And even if we do prayaschitta, we may, before death, we may commit another sin. And then we have to go to hell and suffer. Even to not take care of a guest properly, there is a hell created. So there are so many sins, we cannot even keep track of it. Please tell me something better. So Sri Shukadeva Goswami says, cultivate jnana, cultivate knowledge, divine knowledge. If you cultivate divine knowledge, you will not commit sin. But Parikshit Maharaj says the mind is so fickle that when we are in a certain situation, we forget all the Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, all the lessons that we have learned, we forget in the moment. So please tell me something even better. Then Sri Shukadeva Goswami is very pleased. He tells Parikshit Maharaj, my dear king, you are right. Doing prayaschitta, the first solution I told you, is like the bathing of an elephant. Manye kunjara sochavat. It's useless. And you're right, cultivating jnana also has its pitfalls because you can always forget the jnana. Anyway, as you grow old, the memory reduces. So you are right. So my dear Maharaj Parikshit, now please hear from me the ultimate solution. And Vasudeva Bhagavati, he says that you have to take to bhakti of Vasudeva. And he says, Sakrin Mana Krishna Padaravinda. Even if once someone fixes the mind on Krishna, that person will not have to take darshan of Yamraj or Yamdutas even in dreams. It is a foolproof solution. Just once you take shelter of Krishna, you will never have to go to hell. Guaranteed. Now, when Shukadeva Goswami makes this statement, there are people of different faiths in the audience. They start talking to each other. Oh, what did he say? How is it possible? Once, just once. So Shukadeva Goswami says, to prove my point, I will tell an ancient story, a true story. Shri Shukadeva Goswami says, and that's where we left. Please repeat. Atra chodaharanti mam itihasam puratanam dutanam vishnu yamayoh samavadastam nibodhame. So dear devotees, we had read this verse previously in the previous class. Shri Shukadeva Goswami is saying, Udaharana. Udaharan means, I will give you an example. To prove the point that even if once someone takes full shelter of Krishna and fixes the mind on Shri Krishna, one will never have to go to hell. Guaranteed. no matter what one does in life. If someone sincerely takes shelter of Krishna, one will at least not go to hell. One may have to take birth again on earth, but one will not go to hell. Because hell, the description of hellish planets is very bad. So when we die, how many of us are going to die someday? When we die, we have three options. Well, not options, there are three possibilities. Please listen carefully. All of us are going to die, so this is important. When we die, there are three possibilities. One, if we have committed sins and not done prayaschitta for those sins, not performed atonement for those sins, Yamdutas will come and take us to hell for purification, for punishment. Just like if someone has an abscess, you are going to the operating room to get the abscess lanced because you waited till the infection became an abscess. Now you have to undergo surgery. There is no option. So if we have committed sins, we have to go to hell. Option one. Not option. Possibility one. That we go to hell. Sinners go to hell. Possibility two. If we have committed a lot of pious activities, like being polite, being helpful, being a good neighbor, being a good citizen, donating in charity, being benevolent, paying the taxes, being an honest co-worker. If we have these good pious qualities, we will go to heaven. It is said that if you give a charity to someone who is in need, you get twice that in your next life. And if you give it to a qualified saintly person, you get 100 times that in your next life. And if you give it to a devotee, you get 1000. Shastra says, I am not saying. If you give a donation to a Vaishnava, like for example, Srimad Mukundatta Prabhu came, or Gauranga Darshan Prabhu came, if for their service we give some money, or make food for them, or do some seva to them, sadhus, we get 1000 times of that back in our next life. But the problem with that is, it keeps us in the material world. Because to get that back, we have to take another birth in the material world. Unless we do it with bhakti. If we are doing it as a pious activity, we have to take birth again. So if we are pious, an airplane will come from heaven. Indradev sends an airplane, Shastra says, and we go to heaven to enjoy. That is the second possibility. Pious people go to heaven to enjoy. Urdhvam gachanti satvastha, adho gachanti tamasa. The third possibility is, if we have performed pure bhakti, then we go to Vaikuntha. An airplane comes from Vaikuntha. So to go to heaven, what is the mode of transportation for the soul? What is the mode of transportation? Indra's Viman, heavenly airplane. Heaven Airlines. If we perform pure bhakti, Shuddha bhakti, Vaikuntha Airlines will come and we'll go to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. If we have been sinners, we have been sinful people, selfish people, then we go to hell. But the mode of transportation is not airplane. You have to walk in the Yatana Sharir. And that is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Even the road to hell is described. It's a subtle road. You have a subtle Yatana Sharir, which is specifically meant, we discussed the nature of the Yatana Sharir. It is 100 times more sensitive to pain. And you have to walk 1000 yojana. 1 yojana is 8 miles. And that also in a certain duration of time. You have to traverse that distance. So it's like running a marathon, but with time crunch. You have to finish it. And while you are walking, you are whipped by the Yamdutas. And you are bleeding. And the road to hell, it is described, it is as hot as sun. It's scorching hot. And the thing with the Yatana Sharir, it doesn't die until the duration of punishment is over. So the road to hell is very painful, and when we go to hell, then the pain gets even worse. Punishment gets even worse. So Shri Shukdev Goswami is saying that once if someone takes shelter of Krishna, that person will not have to take darshan of hell or even Yamdutas, not even in dream. Swapna api word was used, not even in dreams. So now, to prove that point, Shri Shukdev Goswami says, I will give you a udaharan. Atra chodaharanti namam. I will give a udaharan. Udaharan means example. Aharan means to speak, and ut means with faith. So udaharan means to speak something with faith. I will give you udaharan. What is this? It is itihasam. Everybody can see the words? Itihasam, second line. Iti means something that has happened in the past. We discussed last time. And hasam means something that has happened in the past. So itihasam means a history. So a real, actual, factual event, not some allegorical story or some myth. It's an actual historical account I'm telling you. And when did this happen? Puratanam. Many yugas ago. Sometime in the ancient past it has happened. And what is this? It is Dutanam Vishnu Yamayoho. Whenever O comes or Au comes, it is basically two, dual. So it is a Dutanam. Duta means messengers. It is Vishnu Dut, means the messengers of Lord Vishnu from Vaikuntha, and Yamadut. So this word Dutanam applies to both Vishnu and Yama. So Vishnu Dutas and Yamadutas Samvada. It is a Samvad. Samvad means conversation is one meaning, but Sam means Samyak Rupena, means complete, full, and Vad is a discussion. Discussion / debate, but there are three types of debates according to Srila Jiva Goswami in Priti Sandarbha. How many types? There are three types of debates, three types of discussions. The first one is Vad. Second is Jalpa. And third is Uttanda. First one is Vad. You can write this down. Second is Jalpa. Jalpa. And third is Vatanda or Uttanda. So there are these three types of discussions and debates. Vad means you come and you discuss, you exchange ideas, you are coming with an open mind. The purpose of Vad is to figure out the truth. You don't have an agenda, you are coming with an open mind and you are debating, discussing with the intention of finding the real truth. So this is what is my perception, this is what is my experience. What do you think? It's an open-minded conversation, discussion, debate. That is called Vad. And it is done by people who are in the mode of goodness. Vad. Vad means you don't have an agenda, you have a respectful discussion. What is the aim of that discussion, Kiran Prabhu?
To get the truth.
To find the truth. You are not attached to this side or that side. You may present one side, another person may present another side, but you are open. I may be right or you may be right. Let's have a discussion. That is called Vad. It is the first class type of debate and discussion, where you come with an open mind and it is done by people in the mode of goodness. The second is Jalpa. Jalpa is a debate or discussion done by people in the mode of passion. In Jalpa, you have an itch to speak. You don't give up the mic. You are given 3 minutes to present your case and you keep speaking. You grab the mic. You cut the person off while they are speaking. Your whole aim is that I want to be heard. I want to vent. And one doesn't care so much whether the person is speaking some truth or the person in front of me is speaking the full truth. I want to be heard. Just hear me out. I want to vent. And one is not very open to what the other person is speaking. That is called Jalpa. It is done by people in the mode of passion. It is not a good form of debate. One should not engage in Jalpa. Prajalpa. The third type is Uttanda. That is done by people in the mode of ignorance. There, the person has nothing to do with the truth. The person has only one aim. I want to win this discussion. In that discussion and debate, there will be personal allegations. For example, let us imagine that Anand Swarup Prabhu and myself are having a debate on which type of japa is superior. Is it Manasik japa superior? Let's say Ananda Swarup Prabhu is saying that Upamshu japa is superior. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Upanshu japa is superior. And I am saying Vachik japa is superior. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I am saying Vachik japa is superior. He is saying Upanshu japa is superior. And we have come for a discussion and debate. We are going to present scriptural evidences. So Ananda Swarup Prabhu will say that Upamshu japa according to Hari Bhakti Vilas is 100 times more effective than Vachik japa, and he quotes the verse. And I say that Vachik japa is better because in Upamshu mainly you are getting benefit, but in Vachik when you chant loudly, other living entities are also getting benefit. And I quote Haridas Thakur from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then Ananda Swarup Prabhu says, he gives more arguments. That Upamshu japa you can chant for a longer time. Vachik your throat will get tired. But Upamshu you can keep Khaite Shuite, you can keep chanting. And then I say, rascal, what is your age? How young, you are so much younger than me and you have the audacity to argue, debate with me? You are not even second initiated. And I know you don't have good character. This is Vitanda. Where you are not discussing now, you are just attacking the personal character of a person. One should never engage in such debates and discussions where there is character assassination. That is not how debate is conducted. In debate, we are discussing ideas. We are not attacking anybody personally. You see? So which one is the best discussion debate? Vad. And what is being described by Shukdev Goswami? Dutanam Vishnu Yamo Samvad. Sam means Samyak Rupa, complete. I'm going to describe the complete Vad. Vad means what? A discussion where the purpose is to find the truth. In Jalpa, you're coming with Rajogul mode of passion, you just want to be heard. You speak loudly, you encroach on their time in a debate and everything. And in Vitanda, there is just nothing to do with the truth. You will lie, you will attack the person's character, you'll go off topic, start talking tangentially. You just want to win the debate somehow or the other. Sometimes on campus or other places, people come together and they have religious debates. A Hindu and Muslim will debate, a Muslim and Christian will debate, a Jew and Muslim will debate. That is Vitandata. That is not something, because their aim is just to win. And someone is coming with a lot of emotions, passion, they just want to be heard and boo, they just want to vent out, that is Jalpa. But what we should engage in and what we should study is Vad or Samvad. Samvad is a discussion or a debate where the purpose is to seek the truth and you are open-minded. Everybody is clear? What are the three types of debates and discussions? Vitanda, Jalpa and Vad. But this is what? This is Vad, Samvad. Dutanam Vishnu Yamayo Samvadas. Tam Nibodhame. I am telling you something that I have heard, which is a samvad between the messengers of Lord Vishnu and Yamaraj. This is where we stopped last time. Now what is this samvad? What is this discussion debate between the Vishnu Dutas, the messengers of Lord Vishnu and the messengers of Yamaraj? Shri Shukdev Goswami says in text 21, kindly repeat. Kanya kubje dvija kaschid.
Kanya kubje dvija kaschid.
Beg your pardon. Kanya kubje dvija kaschid.
Kanya kubje dvija kaschid.
Dasi patir ajamilah.
Dasi patir ajamilah.
Namna nashta sadacharo.
Namna nashta sadacharo.
Dasya samsarga dushitah.
Dasya samsarga dushitah.
Shri Shukdev Goswami is saying that Kanya Kubje, Dvija means Brahman, and Kanyakubja Brahmins, even today, they are considered to be very high class. Very high class, they are very pure Brahmanas. So there was a Kanyakubja Brahman. And this is Itihasam Puratana, this is a very ancient story. So it must have happened perhaps in some Kali Yuga, in some day of Brahma. It's not specified, but it's Puratana, it's a very old story. Kanyakubja Dvija. Kanyakubja means near Kanpur. In today's geography, it is near Kanpur. The name of the town was Kanauj, near Kanpur. There was a Brahman. Kaschit means one particular Brahman lived. And he was Dasi Patir. Dasi Pati, Pati means husband. And Dasi means a lady of a very bad character. You're understanding? A very bad character lady. And he was married to her. And his name was Ajamil. Dasi Patir Ajamila. Ajamil was married to this very bad character lady. And Namna Nashta Sadacharo. Sad Achar means behavior that is demonstrated by the previous saintly people. When we follow that type of behavior, it is called Sad Achar. Following in the footsteps of previous great, well-behaved, cultured men and women. When we follow their path, it is called Sadachar. And Nashta means destroyed. Ajamil had Sadachar, but it was Nashta. It was destroyed. All his good qualities were gone, destroyed. Why? Dasya Samsarga Dushita. Dushita means he was contaminated. Dasya means that Dasi, the very bad character woman, Samsarga with her. Dushita means contaminated. Ajamil was contaminated, Dushita, by Samsarga with that Dasi, that bad character woman. What is the meaning of Samsarga? So, Sam means to associate. To associate. And Sarga means what? Atra Sargo Visargascha. Sarga means creation. So Samsarga means to associate and create progeny. Raising a family, creating a house with them. Any creation. You may build a house with your wife. You may raise children with your wife. All that is Sarga. You're creating a household. So by creating a household with that Dasi, that bad character woman, Ajamil became Nashta Sadachar and Dushita. He became polluted. See, each word is so important. It was not just association. It was doing sarga with her. Raising a house, raising a family, raising children with that bad character woman. He became Dushita. He became polluted, contaminated. In the city known as Kanyakubja, there was a Brahman named Ajamil who married a very bad woman and lost all his Brahminical qualities. Nashta Sadachar. Because of association with that low class wife. 22. So this Shukdev Goswami just made a statement that long ago, Itihasa Puratana, long ago there was a very nice Brahman in a very pure Kanyakubja Brahman family near Kanpur, and he somehow got married to a bad character woman, so he became Dasipati, and he did samsarga with her. He raised a family, created a household with her, and Nashta Sadachar. All his good behavior, good qualities went away, and he became Dushita, he became polluted. This is one statement Sri Shukdev Goswami made. Now, Sri Shukdev Goswami continues, 22. Bandhyakshaikayatavaischaurya Garhitam vrittimasthitah Bibrat kutumbam Ashuchir
Vibrat kutumbam ashuchir
Yatayam asadehinaha.
Yatayam asadehinaha.
Shri Shukdev Goswami is describing more details about Ajamil now. He says Ajamil had 4 types of occupations. If you look at the first line, the 4 jobs of Ajamil are described. How many of us here work 4 jobs? Ajamil was a busy man. How many jobs he worked? 4 jobs. Bandi. First job was that he used to kidnap people, abduct people and make them prisoners. Bandi means to make them prisoners. He would make them prisoners and he would release them after receiving ransom. So he would kidnap people, children, ladies, helpless men, some wealthy person's old father he will kidnap and keep in a secret location and demand ransom, take ransom and return. That's called Bandi. He used to kidnap people for ransom. Akshay, the dice. The dice has those dots. That is Akshay. That looks like an eye. So on one side there is 1 Akshay, 2 Akshay, 3 Akshay, up to 6. That dice, you roll the dice. It has 1 to 6 eyes. So it is called Akshay. So his second profession was gambling. Ajamil used to gamble. Akshay means he used to gamble, throw the dice. And he used to earn money through gambling. He was an expert gambler. Because gambling is full of cheating. Third job was Kaitav. Kaitav means to cheat. So cheating means, Robert Prabhu, you're a very benevolent person. You're a very charitable person. I'm having some financial difficulty. I'm in need of $1,000, Prabhuji. If you give me next paycheck, next Friday I will return it. Can you please give me $1,000? I promise next Friday I'll give you back. And Robert will say, okay, take $1,000. And then I don't return ever again. That is called kaita. To cheat, to lie. So Ajamil's third profession was to go and ask, I am a Brahman, he would say. Please give some help to this Brahman. Brahmans are always poor. Please give me some money, I will return it. And he would never return. That's called kaita, third job. And chaurer. If that didn't work, nobody is lending him money, then chori. Chori means to steal. When that person is sleeping, at night he would break into the house and steal the money. Chori, chaurer. These were the 4 occupations of Ajamil. What were they? First one was Bandi, means kidnapping and taking money, ransom. Second is Akshay, gambling. Kaita means I will return, please. And fourth is Chaure, is to outright go and steal. Now Chori also refers to dacoitry. Sometimes if the person woke up, he would just show a knife and take money anyway. So he would either steal or he would rob. Both. So he had 4 occupations. And all this is called as Garhitam Vrittim Asthita. He was situated, Garhitam means very sinful, very bad, very wicked, very evil. He had become a very, Garhitam means abominable activity. He was engaging in 4 kinds of abominable activities. Garhitam Vrittim Asthita. He had taken shelter of 4 abominable, sinful professions. For what reason? Bibrat Kutumbam Ashuchir. To maintain Kutumba. Kutumba means family. And Ashuchir means very, very polluted, dirty, low-class family. To maintain low-class family members, he was doing Garhitam Vritti. He was engaging in 4 types of very sinful occupations. Kidnapping people for money, playing the dice, gambling, cheating people, lying to them, and stealing and robbing them. These 4 Garhitam, sinful activities he was doing. Bibrat means to maintain. Bibrat Kutumbam, just to maintain a family he was doing, and it's not that his family was a family of pure devotees, Ashuchir. So a dirty family. All these children were, he had 10 children. All his children were uncivilized. His wife was very bad, character woman. And to maintain them, he was engaging in these 4 types of occupation. And while engaging in these 4 types of occupation, look at the 4th line. Yatayam asa dehina. He was giving yatayam means yatana, pain, to dehinam. Dehinam means? Deha means body. Dehi means? Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Huh? Very good. Embodied soul. Remember, Deha means material body. Dehi means the spiritual soul who lives in the body. Yatayam asa dehina. He was giving pain to so many people, so many souls. Here our Acharya's comment, there are 2 types of sins. Please listen very carefully. You can note this down. There are 2 types of sins. One is a sin out of necessity. For example, if somehow with the salary we are not able to make ends meet and we have a business, then to increase the business profit margin, we may lie to the customers. For kutumbam. Kutumba means to maintain them, you can engage in some sin. Shastra allows it. So one may say, if one is selling cloth, one may raise the price and say that, I'm getting it at a more higher price now, so I have to raise the price, which is not the case. But to increase the profit margin, one may lie a little bit. In case of necessity, it is allowed by Shastra. There is a sin, but it is a very minor sin. To maintain family, if you are doing it, to make ends meet, it's okay. That is one type of sin. In this sin, you are not giving yatana to anybody. You are not giving pain to anybody. Because the customers have a choice. If they don't want to purchase from you, they can purchase from somebody else. Are you understanding? So there are sins, please listen carefully. There are sins which we can commit where we are doing sin, but we are not giving pain to others. You understand? There are sins where you are not giving pain to others. And there are sins where you are giving pain to others. For example, I may watch something bad on TV. I'm not giving pain to others, but I am committing a very bad activity. For example, I watch a movie and I'm not supposed to watch. So in that movie, I see the regulative principles being broken. I see somebody is shooting and murdering, somebody smoking cigarette. So when we watch somebody break the regulative principles, we also get sins. So this is a sin, but it is a sin for me, and I am committing this sin without giving pain to other living entities. Are you understanding the difference?
Yeah.
On the other hand, if I start eating meat, then I am giving pain to other living entities, so it's a greater sin. So there are 2 types of sins. Sins by giving yatana asadehina, by giving yatana, suffering to other living entities, and sin where you are committing sin yourself but you are not giving pain to anybody. When you commit sin without giving pain to others, it's a small sin. Krishna will forgive. But when you commit sin by giving pain to others, Krishna will not forgive. It's a major sin. And Ajamil was doing exactly that. Yatayam asadehina. He was maintaining his kutumba, he was maintaining his family by giving pain to others. Hari Bol. Everybody understood? Ajamil was maintaining his dirty, contaminated family by giving pain to others and performing 4 types of very sinful garhitam occupations. Vritti means occupations. 4 types. Bandhi, Akshay, Kaitam and Chauri. 23. I'll read Prabhupada's translation. This fallen Brahman Ajamil gave trouble to others. Yatayam asa dehinam. He gave trouble to others by arresting them, cheating them in gambling and plundering them, stealing from them. This was the way he earned his livelihood and maintained his wife and children. And how were the wife and children? Ashuchi. Ashuchi means? So Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, all the members of the Krishna consciousness movement Iskcon should follow the 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no breaking family rules. These 4 regulative principles we have to follow. And then you can read the purport for more details. Then 23. Please repeat. Evam nivasatastasya
Evam nivasatastasya
lalayanasya tatsutam
lalayanasya tatsutam
kalotyagan mahan rajan
kalodyagan mahan rajan
ashtashityayusha samaha.
ashtashitya samaha.
Rajan, Sri Shukdev Goswami is continuing the narration of the story. He says, O King Parikshit, while he thus spent his time in abominable sinful activities, evam means in this way, nivasata means to do nivas, to live. In this way, Ajamil resided with his wife and children in their house. What was he doing? Lalayanasya means Tat Sutam. Now please listen carefully. What is the meaning of the second line? So there is something called as Palan. Palan means to maintain. And Lalan means to dote on somebody. Excessively maintain with attachment. Pamper them, dote on them. That is called Lalan. Lalayanasya, and our acharyas say that doting and giving excessive affection is a sign of foolishness. This is those who want to find the verse. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.23. Lalayanasya tatsutan. Please pay attention to this. He was not doing palan. He was doing lalan. He was pampering, spoiling. Some boy will say, I want this toy. Okay, now let me steal more money and I'll provide a toy for you. And he had 10 children. And Shri Shukdev Goswami is so expert in telling the story, he says, Tat Sutan. He was doing lalan, not of his children. Tat Sutan. They were children of his wife, they were not his children. Understand, please. So careful Shukdev Goswami is. So he was such a fool. First of all, he married a very bad woman. He was doing lalan of like that. Tat Sutan, not Swasutan. If Sri Shukdev Goswami said Swasutan means they were Ajamil and his wife's children. But they were his wife's children. Tat Sutan. And he was doing lalan for them. And what happened was, thank you, Nanda Vinod Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Me. They have to go for work. So, Lalayanasya Tat Sutan. What happened while doing lalan of her children, such a fool Ajamil was, Kalotyagan. Atyagat means time passed away, time elapsed. And Mahan, a great amount of time elapsed. Which means he was doing this lalan of her children and her for many, many years. And many, many years went by. He did not even realize. See, somebody asked me how many years you have been working at Piedmont Hospital recently. And I was just thinking 13 years. And it really felt like yesterday I graduated and I was applying for jobs and I took up a job at Piedmont Hospital and I go there for my medical staff credentialing and they take a photograph of me for my ID. I just remember that as if it was yesterday. 13 years have passed. I'm doing 7 on, 7 off, 7 on, 7 off, 7 on, 7 off. Time just went like that. 13 years. And I was looking at my photo on my ID taken 13 years ago. Time just goes by, my dear friends. And that's what happened to Ajamil. He did not even realize, and life just went by. And his age was Ashtashitya, 88 years old. How old he became?
88.
While doing lalan, he became 88 years old. Hare Krishna. He became 88 Ayusha. His age was 88 years old. Ashta Sityayusha Sama. Sama means years. He became 88 years old. Ajamil. while maintaining this nonsensical family. Text 24. It is so nice when we study line by line, na? Srimad Bhagavatam. Evam, sorry, that was the previous verse, but we'll recite it now. Evam nivasatastasya lalayanasya tatsutan kalotyagan mahan rajan ashtashikyayusha samah. Kalo Atyagan means time went by. Atyagan means elapsed. Time went by and soon he became how old? 88 years old Ajamila. Text 24. Tasya pravayasah putra dasha tesham tuyo vayam vama tuyo vamaha Balo Narayano Namna Pitroscha Daito Bhrisham. So let's understand this shloka. Sri Shukdeva Goswami is saying Tasya means Ajamil, of him. Vaya means age, Vaya. Pravayasaha means someone who is very advanced in age, means very old. So Ajamil became Pravayasa, he became very old. Tasya Pravayasaha, he became very old, but Putra Dasha Tesham, he had 10 sons. He and his wife together, they raised 10 sons. But look how expert Shukdeva Goswami is saying, Dasha Tesham Tuyo Vama. Avama means the youngest. Avama means the youngest of them, Bala Narayan. And Sri Shukdeva Goswami says that the word Tesham is used for Bala Narayana, which means that there were 10 sons, but the youngest, Avamaha, was Narayan. He had 10 sons. The last was called Narayan. And Pitroscha Daito Bhrisham. He was very, very, Pitro means both, father and mother. He was very dear. Daita means dear. Daita means? Daita Drishyatam. The gopis are calling Krishna Daita, dear. So he was Daito Bhrisham. Bhrisham means very much. He was very much dear. Daito Bhrisham, very much dear to Pitroscha, to both his father and mother. Who? Who was? Youngest. Avama. Avama means smallest in age. Avama. He was the dearest to both Ajamil and his wife, the Dasi. In Marathi, we call the youngest child Shendebhad. Generally, the youngest child is the pet. In the previous times, most parents would have 4 or 5 children. So the youngest was the Shendefar, the last child, and he's the pet of everyone. So Narayan was the youngest son of Ajamil, and there were 10 other children in the family. But the last one was the dearmost. Pitroscha Daito Bhrisham. We have Bhrisham, very Daita, dear to the father and mother. Out of 10 children, Narayan, youngest, was the most dear. Text 25. Sabaddha hridayas tasmin Arbhake kalabhashini Nirikshamanas tallila Mumude jaratho brisham. So now the question may be raised. Ajamil had 4 very garhitam, very, very dirty, abominable professions. What were they? Kidnapping, gambling, akshay, stealing, chori, and kaitab, cheating. a sinful person. And how was his wife? Was the wife very cultured? She was the lowest class lady. How can the son be named Narayan? That is a question. So Srimad Bhagavatam doesn't answer it, but in Bhaktamal, Ajamil is described. So let's go back to Bhaktamal. In Bhaktamal, among the different devotees described, one of them is Ajamil, because as we will see, he is going to become a very great devotee. Even though now he appears as a very fallen person, he is kidnapping people, cheating people, gambling, lying, playing, the game of dice for money, giving pain to others. Yatayam Tehinam, he is giving pain to others. He is going to go to Vaikuntha in this same life, in that same body, without taking another birth. That is the story of Ajamila. Because Shukdev Goswami promised, if once someone takes shelter of Krishna, that person will not have to go to hell. So the question is, how did a sinful person like Ajamil, Balo Narayano Namna, see this? Balo Narayano Namna. How did a sinful, uncivilized person like Ajamil have the intelligence, spiritual intelligence, to name the child Narayana, which is the name of Supreme Personality of Godhead? So in Bhaktamal, that story is told, and I would like to share it with you. Hari Bol. In this Kanauj village, once there was a Bhagavad Saptah. Hari Bol. So this Bhagavad Saptah is also an eternal tradition. What is Bhagavad Saptah?
7 days of Bhagavatam.
There is Rasa Chintamani for 7 days. So 7 days there was Bhagavad Katha in our Kanauj. At the end of 7 days, the Bhagavad Kathakars, they were supposed to leave, but the Q&A session or the kirtan after the Bhagavad Saptah, it went till late and the sun set. So they had not arranged to stay that night in the village, but now they had to stay one more night in the village. So they started going, but then they decided, let's stay back. It's too dark, it's going to get dark in few minutes. Better stay one more night. Tomorrow morning we'll go to the next village. So some boys were playing Gilli Danda. What were they playing? Gilli Danda. So this Kathakar was accompanied by a Mridanga player, a Kartal player, a flute player, maybe a harmonium player also, who knows. Because this happened in some Kaliyug, many yugas ago, Puratana Katha. So he was accompanied, and there are other Brahmins also, other Kathakars also, some singers maybe. So he was with his entourage, this Kathakar. And all of them were Brahmins, very nice, pure Vaishnavas. So the boys were playing Gilli Danda, and these devotees who had just finished the 7 days of Srimad Bhagavatam Katha, they asked those boys, hey boys, is there some nice Brahman Pandit who lives in this village where we can, in his house, we can stay for just one night? And you know how the boys are. They like to cut jokes, they like to play pranks. So they said, yes, there is Pandit Ajamil in our village. He is the greatest Brahman in our village. You should not look here and there, you should only stay in his house. They were just playing a prank on these sadhus. So the sadhus, they were innocent, they didn't know, okay, where is Pandit Ajamil's house? So this boy said, we will take you there, come. And they actually walked these sadhus to the house of Ajamil, which was just outside the village. Ajamil lived in solitude because he used to hold kidnapped people in his house. So he had to live in a secret location. He lived just outside the village. So these boys pointed, that is the village, go. You will not come? No, we have to go and continue our play. You go, stay there tonight. So these 5-6 devotees, they show up at the doorstep of Ajamil, and it's late in the evening, they knock on the door, and Ajamil's wife, she opens the door, and this Kathakar says, is this Pandit Ajamil's house? First the wife thinks he is being sarcastic. But then she sees the Vaishnav Tilak and Kanthimala and Japamala in their hand. She realizes that maybe somebody has played a trick on them. But now that they have come home, she wants to uphold the image of her husband. Nobody calls him Pandit. These people are calling him Pandit, so I must show some atithya, some hospitality to them. So she said, yes, you can stay, but not in the house, because there are wine bottles and meat in the house. He said, you can maybe stay in the courtyard. So they said, yes, we'll stay in the courtyard. Anyway, we don't stay in the homes of people, we are sannyasis. She said, okay. So she got some water and she sprinkled water. How we do in India? You sprinkle water so the dust settles down and everything becomes nice and clean. So she sprinkled water and they noticed that she was pregnant. She was carrying perhaps 9 months pregnant, full pregnancy. She sprinkled water for them. She went inside, got some firewood for them, gave them some earthen pots, some rice, some dal, some ghee, some water, and said, you all cook. Whatever you want to have for dinner, you all cook and stay here in the courtyard tonight. She said, but where is Pandit Ajamil? She said, he is very busy. He has gone for business, for job. He must have gone to steal in the next village. So he said, he is not at home, but he will come in a day or two. He's gone for tour, office tour, business tour. So she said, okay, we'll stay. So they stayed that night and they cooked and they offered it to Lord Narayan and they ate Krishna Prasad in that courtyard that night. And they took rest. Morning they did their japa session, morning program, Samsara Dava, Vande Guru, Shri Charanarvindam in the courtyard. And this lady, she could not sleep. There was so much noise in the courtyard. And then they just got up, they flagged, they cleaned everything. And after the morning program, as the sun rose, they were leaving Ajamil's house. So she just came outside and she said, was everything okay? They said, Devi, everything was very nice. Please convey our pranams to Pandit Ajamilji. It's too bad we could not have his darshan, but convey our obeisances to him. She said, yes. And then the Kathakar saw that she was fully, full pregnant, carrying a child, and still she sprinkled water, gave them some samagri, paraphernalia to cook. So he was very grateful. He said, Devi, we are sannyasis, we are always traveling mendicants, we don't have anything, but I bless you that all auspiciousness will come upon your family. And I see that you are pregnant. She said, yes, I am pregnant. From my side, as a gift, when your child is born, name him Narayan. The sadhu said, from my side, name him Narayan. She said, yeah, we already have 9 children. We chose names for them. For the 10th child, no problem if you choose. Okay, I will tell my husband Pandit Ajamil when he comes that we have to name our 10th child Narayan. And the sadhus left. And in due course of time, in a few weeks, she gave birth to the first boy, and she told her husband that some sadhus had come and they suggested that we should name Narayan. Ajamil said, very good, I don't have to scratch my brain to figure out a name. Let's call him whatever they said. What did they say? Narayan. Ha, theek hai, name is Narayan. But it just so happened that his 10th child was the pet child. He was a favorite child. Daito Bhrisham. He was the most dear child. And every time Ajamil would say, Arey, did Narayan eat? Arey, where is Narayan? I hope the siblings are not troubling him. He's a Shendefar, he's the youngest one. Always Narayan, call Narayan here. Where is Narayan? Did you see Narayan? Did Narayan sleep? Every time he would say Narayan, 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 addressing his son. But that's how he lived with the 10th child. And then what happened was, this is a very beautiful verse, 25. Please pay attention. Why is it like this? 25th verse. Now, Sabaddha Hridayas Tasmin. Very, very important. Ajamil fell in love with that very low-class woman. That's why he married her. And that story will come in detail. We will see it later on in this chapter. But here it is said, Sabaddha Hridaya. Means Ajamil, who had given his heart to his low-class wife, now gave his heart to Narayan, who was the youngest child and who became very, very favorite child of both the parents. So that love that he had for his wife was now reposed in Narayan, the youngest, the 10th child. That is the meaning of Baddha Hridayas. Means Narayan completely captivated the heart of Ajamil. Question may be asked, why so? How come? Shri Shukdev Goswami says, Arbhake Kalabhashini. Arbhak means a small child. And Kalabhashini means broken words. Papa, I want to play with you. Papa, when will you come back? Why do you have to work so hard and kidnap people and gamble with people and beat up people and rob them? Why, Papa? Play with me. We'll play frisbee. So these broken words are very attractive to parents. You know, people, if you see the phone of any parent, you see all these childhood videos and photos of the children. Because these broken words are very attractive somehow to the parents. That is called as Kalabhashini. Kala means broken. And Bhashini means their words. Their broken sentences, broken words, they are very attractive. Arbhak means child. Because of that, Baddha Hridayas. Because of that, Ajamil was completely in love with his son. Now, this was his good fortune. That instead of getting attached to his low class wife, he's attached to his son, whose name is Narayan. So it was a very big upgrade for Ajamil, but it happened unknowingly. He didn't plan it, it just happened. And what did Ajamil do? Nirikshamanas tal leelam. Now, word leela is used for Bhagwan, Krishna leela, Ram leela, Gaura leela, my favorite. But here it is said tal leela. And niriksha means, iksha means eyes, to see. Niriksha means very carefully he was observing what? Tal leela, the leela of his child, Arbhak, Narayan. Hare Krishna. How he's walking, how he's crawling, how he's eating, putting all the food, mango juice on his mouth, and oh Narayan, come here, let me wipe. And with his dhoti, he would wipe his mouth. This is called Lalan. So now, and Nirikshamanas Tallilam. He was always watching how Narayan plays. Narayan fell down. How Narayan goes to his mother. How Narayan bathes. How Narayan struggles to wear his dhoti. Nirikshaman. He was always observing. And in this regard, Srila Radha Govind Maharaj says that Ajamil is much better than us. At least he was watching the childhood funny activities of his innocent child. At least Ajamil never watched television. At least Ajamil did not know what is Netflix. At least Ajamil never played a video game in his life. Srila Radha Govind Maharaj says, what will happen to the Ajamils of today? Ajamil, without watching television and internet, was going to hell. As we'll read now. What will happen to these Ajamils who have watched so many things on the internet? Ajamil was Nirikshamanas Tallilam. He was only watching the innocent activities of his child, Narayan. What will happen to us? Hare Krishna. So we should be very careful. Today let us take a vow that we will not watch anything non-devotional. We will not watch anything non-devotional. And then we can see the effect on our consciousness in 1 week. 1 week. Stop watching news, stop watching cricket, stop watching soccer, and see the difference in our consciousness. Did I commit offense against soccer? Hare Krishna. Okay, watch it very less. Hare Krishna. I have to confess, the other day, one family member, he sent to me the highlights of Egypt-Argentina match that happened in Atlanta and said, this is the greatest comeback game you have to watch. 20-minute highlight I also watched. Sorry, Hare Krishna. But let's try for 1 week. See the difference in the consciousness. It really helps. We feel so close to Krishna if we do that. If we just don't watch any sports, any news, anything material, anything non-devotional. Whenever we go on the screen, it should be Veda-based or devotional videos and lectures. 1 week and see the difference in the consciousness. See the difference in the chanting. Hari Bol. Nirikshamanas Tallilam. Bichara Ajamil, he was only seeing the activities of his child. He had no other entertainment, fortunately. Hari Bol. And when he saw the activities of his son, Narayan, Mumude. Mumude means he became very happy. Another word for us. Mumude. Mumude. So Mumude means he became very happy. Nirshamananta Leela. Watching the activities of his son, he became very happy. And Jaratha Bhrisham. Bhrisham means very much. Daita Bhrisham means very, very dear. And Jaratha, Jara means old age. This old man became Mumude, became very happy. He enjoyed Bhrisham very much. Shukdev Goswami is saying the old man enjoyed a lot watching his son's activities and hearing his broken words. Hari Bol. Kalabhashini Tallila. His activities and his broken words. Mumude Jaratho Bhrisham. The old man is really enjoying a lot at the fag end of his life, watching the activities of his son. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, I'm reading, Srila Rupa Goswami has therefore declared that if one's mind is somehow or other attracted to the holy name of Lord Krishna, tasmat kena upayena manah Krishne niveshaye. One is on the path of liberation. Somehow or the other, if we can put our mind, fix our mind on Shri Krishna, then the path of liberation is guaranteed for us. Somehow or the other. Yena kena prakarena manah Krishna niveshaye. It could be through a soft toy. Hari Bol. It could be through our fur baby. By calling the fur baby by some devotional name. Any yena kena prakarana means somehow or the other. Our Abhinav calls his violin Dauji. Krishna, you can call your Mridanga something, Nitai. Yena kena prakarana. If somehow or the other we come in contact with Krishna, Krishna's name, Krishna's smaran, Krishna's remembrance, then Rupa Goswami says we are on the right path. It is customary in Hindu society for parents to give their children names like Krishna Das, Govinda Das, Narayana Das, and Vrindavan Das. Srila Prabhupada's son's name was Vrindavan Chandra. Prabhupada himself, Acharya. Even in those days, he named his son Vrindavan Chandra, Prabhupada's son. Prabhupada says it is customary that in India we name our children some name of God, some name of Krishna. Nowadays it's all Rinku, Tinku, Pinky. But previously it was Krishna Das, Govinda Das, like that. Thus they chant the names Krishna, Govinda, Narayana and Vrindavan and get the chance to become purified. Namabhas. But unfortunately sometimes I know one child, one great spiritual master named the child Neela Madhav. Very beautiful name. But everybody calls him Neel. What benefit you will get by calling Neel means blue. Blue. So we should be careful. We should, as far as possible, Chakrapani Prabhu. We should call him Chakrapani, not Pani. Pani means hand. So don't call Pani. Call him Chakrapani Prabhu from today. Chakrapani Prabhu. Such a beautiful name. Chakrapani, Krishna's name. Chakrapani. Hari Bol. Sorry, I think Gopal will give me good feedback. Dads, control yourself. Don't instruct people, he will say. Which is right. But Srila Prabhupada is saying that as far as possible, we should take Krishna's names. So I think we have one Krishna here. Let me see. Nandini Krishna. Are they there? Yeah, Nandini Krishna, see? So his parents call him Krishna Das. And Nandini. Mam Punatu. Sarvadara Binda Bandhu Nandini. So like that, dear devotees. So in this way, Prabhupada says, somehow or the other we should fix our mind on Krishna. What time is it? 8:41. Everybody is enjoying this story? So now Ajamil has named his son Narayan and he is completely enamored by his baby, Narayan. Always watching him and hearing his broken words. So we'll pause the katha here. Let the old man enjoy. Jaratho Mumude Bhrisham. The old man, Jaratho Mumude, is enjoying Bhrisham a lot. So let him enjoy watching Narayan and Yamdutas will come in the next class. To take him. So dear devotees, next weekend, Shri Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu will give the class on Friday and Saturday. Dun, dun, dun. Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu is millions, on Vyasasana I will not lie, is millions and millions and millions of times more spiritually advanced than me. I can tell you with my bead bag in my hand. I love Prabhuji very much. I trust him very much. So please hear from him next Friday and Saturday. And please bless us that we are able to serve the devotees nicely in Fort Lauderdale. And then come back to your association. Hari Bol. So His Grace Gaur Sundar Charan Prabhu next week, Friday, Saturday. Please hear from him. And I will pause my Vani here. And now we will turn our attention to the illustrious son of Ashra Tattva Mataji and Deepak Prabhu. His Grace Apurva Prem Prabhu. He is going to enlighten us on one Guru. One Guru. So let's welcome him and hear from him. And then we will have Kirtan. And then we'll go home. Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Anvi Ka. का तुला एवढे प्रश्न आहेत? Sorry. No. I said, wow, you have so many questions. Okay, Anvika, yes.
You said that. I might have gotten the words mixed up, but you said that Prabhupada had a child.
Had a son.
He did?
Yeah, Prabhupada was a grahastha and he had 3 children.
Oh, he was a sannyasi.
He was a grahastha and then he took sannyas. Srila Prabhupada, being Acharya, demonstrated the full spectrum of ideal human life. He was a brahmachari, he was a grihastha, very responsible grihastha. After the age of 50, he took sannyas. At 55, he took vanaprastha, and 59, Prabhupada took sannyas. So Prabhupada was a brahmachari. As a brahmachari, he supported Gandhiji. He became a grihastha. He supported Gaudiya Math. He took vanaprastha, wrote Srimad Bhagavatam, took sannyas and travelled all over the world as Parivrajaka Acharya. So Prabhupada was brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprasthi and sannyasi.
You can take sannyas after you have it.
Yeah. So see, beta, Anvika, there are some people, they are brahmacharis and then they become sannyasis because they never want to get married. And that is great. But equally great are those who are grahasthas, who get married. Whether one is married or not married doesn't mean anything. What matters is how much love we have for Krishna. How much we are serving Krishna and Krishna's devotees. That all that matters. Prema pumartho mahan. So whether a guru is a grahastha guru, whether a guru is vanaprasth, like Shripad Vaisheshika Maharaj, or whether a guru is sannyasi, like Prabhupada, it doesn't matter. Kiba vipra kiba nyasi shudra kene nae, Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta sei guru hai, Mahaprabhu says. Doesn't matter. Whether you are a brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprasth, sannyas, whether you are a brahman, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, one who knows Krishna, one who loves Krishna, that person can become a guru. Hari Bol. So some people become sannyasi after brahmacharya, but the full spectrum of human life is brahmachari, then grahastha, then vanaprasth, and then sannyas. And sannyas actually is optional, because in Kali Yuga it is recommended everybody should not take sannyas. Kalau pancham vivarjayat, one of them is sannyas. Ashwamedham, Gavalambam, sannyasam, palopaitrikam, devarana, sudotpatim, kalau pancham vivarjayat. 5 things are not allowed in Kali Yuga. One of them is to take sannyas, because very difficult to be a good sannyasi in Kali Yuga. Did I say it okay, or you got mixed up more? You understood? Hari Bol.
Now I have another question from that.
Okay.
Was Prabhupada's son?
A devotee?
No. Was Prabhupada's son sannyasi?
No, Prabhupada's son was a devotee. All his children were devotees. The son passed away a few years ago, Vrindavan Chandra. And Anvika, if you give me a chance, next Saturday, if you remind me, I'll tell you a story about Vrindavan Chandra, the son of Srila Prabhupada. Today we don't have time because it'll take around 10-15 minutes at least. Okay? But he was a devotee, a very nice devotee, but he didn't take sannyas. Like I said, sannyas is more of a exception in Kali Yuga. Everybody should not take sannyas. It's very difficult. Sannyas means you give up your family, which is very difficult for most people. Okay. Yes, Sophia Mataji will come.
I have a question and confusion also regarding Ajamil,
Hmm.
because he was in all four bad professions,
Yes.
but he was a grihastha
Yes.
and he was doing all.
Grahamedhi. He was a Grahamedhi. Means a bad grahastha. Yes.
But he was having the family and he was doing all that for maintaining the family.
Yes.
He didn't, I don't know whether the Bhagavatam says that he was indulging in the outside of the family life, or his wife was doing something outside of. So how is it like his qualities or something is bad or something like?
So see, when you kidnap people for money, or you lie to people or you steal money from them, you are giving pain to others. And that's what Ajamil did. To maintain family, we are not allowed to give pain to others. That is what Dharma Shastra says. But Ajamil was doing that. Therefore, he was a sinful person. Whatever it is, we should not give pain to others. That is the rule. And one more thing I forgot to mention, please write this down. Our acharyas have said that, you know this verse here we were reading? This one. Kalo Atyagan, the time went by and he became 88 years old. Here our acharyas have commented that time goes by and we become old and we approach death, all of us. Before we approach death, there are two things that all of us have to do. How many things? Two things all of us have to do. You write down those two things. One is we should understand Krishna, and second, we should love Krishna. Before death comes upon us, these two things we should do. We should understand Shri Krishna and we should love Shri Krishna. We can understand Shri Krishna by reading about Krishna, his qualities, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we can fall in love with Krishna by practicing the limbs of bhakti. Bhajanera Madhya Shreshta, Navavidha Bhakti, Krishna Prem, Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti. It can give Krishna Prem. So we get Krishna Prem by practicing the limbs of bhakti, like chanting, hearing Hari Katha, remembering Krishna, worshipping Krishna. Therefore, deities are very important. Glorifying Krishna by singing prayers like Tulsi Arti, Narsimha Arti. That's why every time we sing Narsimha Arti, it's Vandanam, one of the limbs of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Like that. Dasyam, by being a servant of Krishna, bringing water to Krishna, offering bhoga to Krishna. This is a servant's job. So, fanning Krishna during Arati, servant's job. So, we should practice limbs of bhakti. This will give rise to prem in the heart. Everybody okay with this? So, we should understand Krishna by reading Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. And we should fall in love with Krishna by practicing the limbs of bhakti in the association of loving devotees of Krishna. Simple. This is the purpose of life. And Srila Prabhupada has given us both. Hari Bol. Okay, next question. Shama Chandrika Mataji. Welcome, beta. Shri Vidya, welcome to you.
Prabhuji, you mentioned about Ajamil pastime. So, is there any previous pastime? Is there like how Bilomangal Thakur, he was in a previous life, he was a sage, but due to the offense he did that. So, why Ajamil fell down? Because in his previous pastime something is there?
Yes, and actually it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam only.
Okay.
So we'll come to it now. Now Parishit Maharaj will ask question, how this happened? So then Shukdev, so Shukdev Goswami is going to explain everything about Ajamil, and there we will learn about his good things he did in the past and what was lacking because of which he fell down. Beautiful it is, but it will come. There is such detailed description of Ajamil that is yet to come.
So, my second question is, Prabhuji, Ajamil was in a Brahmana family, born, brought up, everything. But how can he felt so much like down? It's like literally he fell down completely, and he was serving instead of his parents, he was serving his dad. It is completely, we cannot imagine. And immediately, how he got a seriousness that when he saw the Vishnu Duta and Yamaduta, he was very serious. I have to achieve the Krishna. So in our life also, I'm asking about myself. So when we serve deities, but we don't get that much enthusiasm or firm determination that I have to go to Krishna. Even we in our life we go so many small here and there struggles, but still we don't get strong determination that I have to in this life I have to finish it off and I have to go. So how he got that much strong conviction and simultaneously how he felt on that much, I want to know clearly.
It will take a long time to explain how he fell to such low depths and how suddenly he became so serious. But it will unfold as the story progresses. But I will tell you in short. The Ajamil was, when you read the description of Ajamil that is going to come now, all of us will think that he's a pure devotee. Shukdev Goswami describes such amazing qualities of Ajamil when he was a young boy. And he fell down because he was practicing bhakti mechanically. He had not given his heart to Krishna. He had gone to the forest that day when he met his future wife, to get tulsi for his father to do Shaligram Puja. He had gone to bring flowers. He had gone to bring kusha grass for puja that his father was going to perform. So he went for such a good deed and he slipped. And the reason was because he was practicing all that just mechanically, because father said. So we should not practice bhakti just as a duty. I have taken Diksha, I have to chant 16 rounds now. I have to go Friday class, otherwise Gadadhara Prabhu will ask me where I was. If we do bhakti mechanically, then it will not give the desired result. Ajamil was practicing mechanically, that's why he fell down. And it is described when he was feeling attracted to that bad woman, he even tried to remember some verses, shlokas, some prayers, but nothing worked. Because he had not taken shelter of a guru and he was practicing bhakti mechanically. He had not given his heart. Otherwise, tesham evanu kampartham aham adnyana jamtama nashyami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. Krishna will help us in the time of need. From within, with a burning lamp, bright lamp of knowledge, he will destroy the darkness when darkness envelops us. Krishna will help. Kaunteya pratyan namme bhakta pranashati. But Ajamil was not helped because he had not taken shelter of Guru. And he was practicing bhakti mechanically. That's what our acharyas have explained. And how he became serious? Because he had a near-death experience. How scaring it was, how terrifying it was to see the Yamdutas come and just pull you out, tie you with ropes and take you for punishment. And it was Vishnu Dutas who are Uttam Adhikari, pure devotees from Vaikuntha. Can you imagine how powerful their Harikatha is? If we sometimes feel attracted to the Harikatha of a conditioned soul in this world, imagine the potency and the purity of the Katha spoken by Vaikuntha-vasis. Ajamil actually got to hear the pure Harikatha, Shuddha Naam, Shuddha Harikatha. He got to hear. It just transformed his heart. First of all, the near-death experience, like how Jagai Madhai had. Why Jagai Madhai transformed like that? Because they had a near-death experience. They saw Sudarshan Chakra in the hand of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when we have such a life-threatening, scary experience and we feel Krishna's help and potency, then there is immense gratitude. So all of us in our life have had this transformative moment where we decide, from today I'm going to chant 16 rounds. For me, how much Gaurang Prabhu, Gaurav Prabhu preached to me. But I was not leaving Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. They used to call me Ramdas. And I would do 2 rounds, but Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I was staunch Ram Bhakta. And the transformation that happened was when I saw my grandfather pass away on my lap. I was 21 years old. I saw my grandfather pass away, and that day I decided I have to chant 16 rounds and I need a guru. I cannot just invent my own thing. One day I went to Gaurang Prabhu, I still remember. This was before I started chanting 16 rounds. And I told him I am chanting Hanuman Chalisa every day. I am chanting Manache Shlok at least 20-30 every day. I do 11 rounds of Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And I don't lie, I don't crack non-veg jokes, I don't eat meat. I had made a list in a notebook and I read out, I do this, 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 I don't do this. And in the end I told Gauram Prabhu, now will I go back to Godhead if I do this for the rest of my life? And he said, you may. You may, but you may not. Because you have invented this. Who gave you this bhajan pranali? You created this. You created this, your bhajan system. So, I mean, you may. He told me it is between you and Ram. Those are the exact words. It is between you and Ram. Because you don't have a Guru Parampara between. It felt like a slap on my face. And I went very dejected that this man is not supporting me. I just wanted some validation from him because in the core of my heart I loved him and I respected him. I knew he is a man of substance. So I was looking for that validation from him which I did not get. And then I surrendered to him. Hare Krishna. But then when my grandfather died in front of me, and what had happened was in my first year of MBBS, when I went to Akola in my Diwali holidays in 1998, October, I joined in August. I got preached. In 2 months, I went. I was a 2-month-old bhakta, chanting 2 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and I gave a class in Akola. To my parents, friends, they all called all the doctors, and I sat and I gave a class to them. And I told them, don't eat chocolates. Now I eat chocolates after 27 years, 28 years. I told them, don't eat chocolates, don't eat onion garlic, don't watch movies, don't watch TV, chant Hare Krishna. I gave a 2-hour class to them. And my grandfather heard, and after the class, he was the only one who came to me. He said, Beta, what is that mantra? Can you write it down? He was maybe 89 years old. And he passed away when he was 91. So for 2 years after that, he chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra 2 rounds every day. And he passed away chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra on my lap. It was very peaceful passing away. I had never seen, first of all, that was the first time I saw anybody die in my life. I was still in medical school. I had not started my clinical rotations. So I had not seen anybody die. The first person in my life I saw die was my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. And he had memorized all the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita after retirement. He was in government service. He retired at 60. He was in Delhi in food and drug, central government servant. After retirement, he memorized the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Then from me, he heard the mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, started chanting. And I was not chanting with that faith. But that passing away of my father, and when we were saying Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, Baki Sab Mithya Hai, Ram Naam Satya Hai, that had I got Shmashan Vairagya. When I took my grandfather to the crematorium, we cremated him and everything, that had an effect on me that this is what's going to happen to me. Why am I wasting my life? And when I went back, first thing I did was I went to Radha Gopinath Mandir and I told the operator, I want to meet Gauram Prabhu and Gaur Gopal Prabhu. Gauram Prabhu was not there, Gaur Gopal Prabhu was there. He met me, he was sitting on the balcony wall, I was sitting on the balcony wall. I put my head on his lap, his entire dhoti became wet with my mucus and my tears. I was feeling so heat Bichara didn't say anything to me. Pura Gaur Gopal's dhoti was wet. I just put my head on his lap and I cried and cried and cried. Sorry, I'm wasted. I argued with you so much. I am such a loser. Please accept me. Don't reject me. From today, I will chant 16 rounds. It was Narsimha Chaturdashi of 2002. And I started from 4. I was doing 4 rounds and then that day I started 16 rounds. Hare Krishna. So all of us have had that moment, that switch, where we decide to commit from today I will chant 16 rounds. And generally, that's a traumatic event. For me, it was a traumatic event. I know one more person, without any much details, but that person started chanting 16 rounds because of realizing infidelity in the spouse. One day, 16 rounds. One day, 16 rounds. Before that, that person was doing so many other things. But that day was so traumatic, 16 rounds that day itself. And till today, that devotee has continued. So these traumatic events, our acharyas say, are Krishna's mercy. Rasikacharyas, they are given a question. Ajamil went to the forest, saw the low-class lady with a low-class man, got diverted and distracted. And from being a pure Brahman, who was living a pure life, he fell down to the depths of breaking the regulative principles, abominable life. Garhitam, word was used. It's very bad, abominable. The question that is posed is, was this the result of his previous sin, offense? Exactly what your question is. So some Pandits have said that yes, he must have committed some sin previously, and all those sins, previously accrued sins, came together and fell on his head as karma, and his buddhi bhrashta. He lost his good sense, good intelligence, discrimination, and he got attracted and fell down and got married to that low-class lady. But the Rasikacharyas, after analyzing the fall down of Ajamil from being a pure Brahman to a woman hunter, alcoholic, meat eater, gambler, cheater, they analyzed the fall of Ajamil after meeting that low-class woman in the forest who was in an intoxicated state. They have given their nirnay, they have given their opinion, and they say Ajamil meeting that low-class woman in the forest that day was the result of hundreds and thousands of lifetimes of punya.
Because he got a Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
In the same way.
This is the analysis of Rasikacharya. So we don't know, my dear friends. Because if Ajamil had not met that woman, as a Brahman, it would have taken him thousands of births to get Krishna, to see Krishna face to face. But because of that woman, in few years, he was standing face to face with Vishnudutas. Haribol. She made him fall, but she also made the sadhus, the Bhaktivedantas who came to the house, have compassion on their fallen state. One thing I forgot to mention was, next day morning when the Bhaktivedantas were leaving the house of Ajamil, the parents of those boys came. Because those boys went home and told that Kathakar, we sent him to Ajamil's house by saying that he's a Pandit Brahman. So the next day morning, the parents were shocked. They came to see. And they came and apologized that our children lied to you, these boys, they are so naughty. Actually, he's a most wretched person in the village. That's why he lives outside the village. You quickly go from here. The parents told the sadhus. That brought compassion in the heart of the sadhu. That what a low-class family. And that woman is pregnant. I pity the child who's going to take birth in such an abominable family. And with that compassion, he went to the wife and said, from our side, take this gift. When this child is born, name him Narayan. But it was because that wife sprinkled water, gave them paraphernalia to cook their dinner, that compassion arose. So our acharyas have given their nirnay, their decision, that Ajamil meeting that low-class woman was the result of millions and millions of lives of punya. All the punya came together and he met her. Because that fall was for the great rise. Haribol. If he had not fallen so low, he would not have seen Yamadutas. He would have seen Viman of Indra as a Brahman. And he would have gone to have thousands of years to heaven, Shine Punya Marte Lokam Vishanti. That would have continued. But that traumatic experience, near that experience of seeing Yamdutas, was the epiphany moment where Ajamil just switched that from today I'm going to be a devotee. I don't want to see Yamdutas ever again. You're so traumatized. But that happened because he fell because of his wife. And Vishnudutas came because the wife said, name the child Narayan. So the hero, unsung hero of the story is the wife. Haribol! This is the nirnay of the Rasikacharyas. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here and now let's hear. Huh? Huh? Oh, Shrividya, yes, beta. Shrividya has a question.
Doesn't he have like a wife before he gets married to that?
Yes, he had wife and he had very pious parents. He kicked out his wife and his parents and invited the low-class woman in the house. He was a very sinful man, Ajamil.
But wasn't he born in a Brahmin family?
Yeah,
He just-
Kanyakubja Brahman. The first verse said, I think you came little. No, you were there. Kanyakubja Dvija. He was the Kanyakubja Brahmins are considered one of the highest class Brahmins. There is a saying in Bihar that 3 Kanyakubja and 13 chulhe. So 3 Kanyakubja Brahmins will come and they will have 13 ovens, chulha, to cook. Because where they are cooking dal, they will not cook rice. Where they are cooking chutney, they will not cook that. In other words, they are very particular about shuchi and muchi and procedures. So, 3 Brahman and there will be 13 chulhe. There's a kahavat, there's a saying in Hindi, which means they are very high class people. They are always doing shuchi muchi vichar, always thinking about what is good, what is bad. Yeah.
Did he have a after before wife? Did he have kids?
No.
It's just
He was young. He was, I think, just maybe in his 20s when he met the bad lady. But he was married. And he left his wife for this woman.
so for the last when he goes to Vaikuntha, doesn't he say because he calls out for his son, so then he goes to Vaikuntha?
Yes. But
Yes, read.
but that is going to come.
Come next.
That is.
We have to
She
just
knows the
wait.
story, that's why he does.
Ah, this will going to continue for many Saturdays. It's a long story. It is Samvadam Vishnu Yamadutaya between Yamadutas and Vishnudutas. So it's a long story. Okay? Haribol. Yes, Damodar Lila Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, very wonderful class Guruji. And I want to appreciate Anvik also. I see so enthusiastically she asks question is like Parikshit Maharaj. It is she devotees about the devotees she is asking, which is about Prabhupada. Yes, anybody who has a heart can ask, otherwise it's not possible.
Did you hear that, Anvika? Prabhu is talking about you. Yes.
The question was, you mentioned the 2 types of sin. One is who's giving to pain to others, and another is not giving to pain and he is giving to pain himself, I guess. But generally, what I wanted to know, giving pain to others, everybody understand, and they don't imitate. But the giving pain to himself, not everybody understands, they imitate. That spreads viral than the giving pain to others. What I mean that example is harming someone else, killing or whatever it is. People don't imitate because they understand this is bad. But smoking, they are doing harm, but that will spread lot to it.
Our acharyas, you're right. So then that falls in the category of giving trouble to others. If we pull down the consciousness of others because of our sins, we are responsible. Our acharyas have said that even nowadays, boys and girls, they wear skimpy clothes that reveal certain parts of their body. That's a great sin. Our acharyas have said that anyway, all of us are infected with lust. And if we dress in a way that increases the lust of others, we are responsible. When I used to go to drop Gopal to his school, high school, so bewildering. Just in the drive-through, it's crazy the way people dress. Very disturbing to the consciousness. But our acharyas say when we dress in a way that is not modest, it arouses certain feelings in others. We are responsible for that. So what to speak of these Bollywood and Hollywood actors and actresses who show off their body and dress inappropriately. So yes, if we are somebody is a hero on television and smoking, and then many people start smoking, then they are responsible for that. Because they have been given fame. With fame, you get power to influence others. They use the word influencers nowadays. Very new term I heard, influencer. So if you have influence, that influence comes with responsibility. There cannot be power without responsibility. You see? So if somebody has power, somebody has influence, then that comes with responsibility. And we have to use that power responsibly. And if we use it irresponsibly, we are responsible. We are accountable. Maybe not accountable in the government of the country, but we are accountable by the laws of Krishna. And that will come in the Katha. There are 12 witnesses to everything that we do. It will come. So yeah, then that will fall in category of harming others. If we give them bad habits or inspire them to, provoke them to do something bad. Therefore we have to be careful. Haribol. But Srila Prabhupada has given such a nice process. Prabhupada has taken care of everything. What we should wear, how our hairstyle should be, how we talk, how we carry, how we sit. Matar is on one side, Prabhu is on one side. What we eat, everything Prabhupada. If we just follow Srila Prabhupada, we don't have to worry. Everything is taken care of. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna.